Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard. Happy Halloween, everyone. I'm here with my top 5 Halloween picks. In case you've done trick-or-treating or you just want to stay home and have a spooktacular evening, I've got 5 choices for you. And you know what? I don't, people criticize me sometimes. I do this list every year. I try to find 5 films that you may have not seen before, and I stay away from mainstream movies, like all the Friday the 13th and, the Freddy Krueger movies and, Saw, all those ones that everyone in the world has seen. Halloween, all of those movies 1,000 times. And if you're one of the younger generation, of course, you're discovering these movies on your own. So if I sit here and go, yeah, see Halloween, John Carpenter's an original, it's like, yeah, who hasn't seen that, So I'm trying to find choices that are also classic film and also something like some weird kind of B movies, something you might really enjoy and be scared. Coming at number 5 is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Yes, it came out a few years ago, and from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And I remember, it's like Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. It's when you take, something that's classical and you throw in a horror element to it. And I remember going to this movie, and I've seen the Jane Austen, I've seen Pride and Prejudice, so many different versions. Really big fan of that story. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, where are they going to put the zombies? And it's done tastefully, and it's done with thrills. It really is. And I was so intrigued to see this movie, and it bombed, of course. It's such a weird concept, but Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies was something that was, really daring to do, taking classic literature and putting in zombies. They tried it with Abraham Lincoln. That was just, that was atrocious. That was bad. It was the wrong setting for that. They made fun of it instead of treating it serious. But Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, if you want to see something really unique, but look, don't use it if you're cheating and you have a book report to do, because there were no zombies in the original. Coming at number 4, Conjuring 2. And I think this is one of the most perfect horror films ever made. And James Wan, I didn't see the original Conjuring until this year, and I think the second one is far superior. I just cannot get over the suspense, the direction, the lighting, the music, the use of sound, and just the story. I mean, you love the Warrens. You just absolutely love them both. And it also gave us some incredible iconic horror characters like the Nun and also the Crooked Man, and they're all getting their own films. So I just love The Conjuring 2. I think, I'm not kidding, I've seen that thing at least 10, 15 times. It is that good. You've probably seen it, but it's on my list for this year of not to miss. Coming at number 3, a movie that really plays on my fears as a little boy, because I was a nightlight kid, The Babadook. Australian horror film about this creature, this scary guy that comes out of this storybook that comes to life. And again, this movie has a great use of sound. Also, the imagination runs wild in this movie. And I was one of those kids, if there was something under the bed, I was screaming from my mom, and I was not a darkness guy at all. I was a nightlight guy. And the Babadook really plays on your fears of, this someone to get you. My grandma used to tell me a story she made up about the Nice You Man and the Break You Man. So the Break You Man, she would describe as clothespins on his fingers, and as for fingers, she would tell me these really horrific stories and then come out of it with the Nice You Man, with sunshine and happiness and hope. So that's how I see the Babadook, as this real evil man that comes to life, this character that's just about to scare the hell out of anyone. Number 2, we're going to go back a little bit to late 1960s, Roman Polanski and Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby. If you were raised Protestant or Christian like I was, the first villain or the first monster you ever were experienced to, of course, was the devil. You would go home and hear Book of Revelations and all the devils coming to get you, and the fire and hell and all that. And here's the Rosemary's Babies, where he has sex with Satan and has his baby. So not only has it got some really tongue-in-cheek humor, outstanding performances by Mia Farrow and Roman Polanski's really modern directions. You can just see where the avant-garde was coming from in the late 60s, where all this new talent was coming out, especially European. And it's just also just the satanic stuff. And there's some great character actors, that like Hope Summer, as she's on the Andy Griffith Show. She was a great character actress. There she is standing naked in front of, watching Satan have his way with Mia Farrow. So it is just a wild trip. Who was the lady's name in it? She wrote Adam's Rib. She was one of the across the hall. She always, Ruth Gordon, there it is. Sorry, getting old. Ruth Gordon is phenomenal in this movie. So if you haven't seen Rosemary's Baby, just wait to hear the opening theme. It'll freak you out just on its theme. And my number one pick for Halloween 2017, I just watched this on Turner Classic Movies the other day, and I also have it on DVD back here, but it's called Curse of the Demon, starring Dana Andrews. And he plays a psychologist that comes over to England, to London, to do a conference, but his colleague has been killed. Now, they claim by a demon, and he claims that it was a suicide. And what's really cool is this is one of the most iconic kind of B horror film demons, these characters in cinema. And I remember as a kid seeing that creature's face and just always wondering, this is way before home video, like, what is this movie? I always see this creature. So Dana Andrews is a skeptic. He comes over, and of course, he's introduced to the occult, and he's marked. I won't tell you how. He's marked. So he's got to figure out how to get the curse off him before this demon arrives and takes him to hell. And what's really cool about the movie is that it really explores a seriousness and a respect for the material. It's not hokey. It's done with a certain kind of realistic flair to it. And it's really unusual for a movie in the late 1950s and the early 60s to do something like that. And there's a great story behind it. You can Google it. But just quickly, that the producer of the film wanted a demon. And the director, oh my gosh, I'm going blank on his name, he wanted, and the screenwriter wanted the demon to be implied. You never were supposed to see it, but the producer goes, it's my money, my check, give us a damn demon. So that's where they got at the last minute that real iconic creature now in cinema history. It's so cool. See, rent, buy, purchase, like I did. Curse of the Demon. You won't regret it. All right, those are my picks for Halloween for 2017. What did you think? Comment down below if you're watching YouTube. And if you're watching YouTube, make sure you what is it? Subscribe. I was going to say that. Also, check me out at my website. Check me out. What am I, Popeye? Check out my website at Vegas Film Critic. I'm losing my voice. I just get excited. I'm sorry. It's Halloween. It's my favorite time of year. Check me out on my website. God, Jeff. Surf on over to my website, vegasfilmcritic.com. Check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter. Also, subscribe, share, comment below. What are your favorite horror films? Maybe I haven't seen one. You'd be surprised. I didn't see Conjuring to this year, so not as good as the second one. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.